and just tighten it until you can't really tighten it anymore. But don't try to over tighten it, otherwise you could strip a bolt or something, and usually not too good. And then, since we now know that it was bits, second, continue, and locate the bit height again. So now that we know that it went too deep, we're going to want to change the engraving depth. So I'm actually going to change it to a lot less. Actually, I feel like the material isn't represented thick enough, so I'm going to change the thickness of the material to be thicker in the program, which will also technically change the depth of the engraving. So I'm going to go 8. It's always, again, good to go over on your numbers for thickness just so it doesn't accidentally go too deep. It's easier to readjust the program to go slightly deeper than go less. So we're actually going to go 9 just to be safe. We're going to change the engraving depth to 0.1 millimeters. So now it's 2 millimeters higher than it was before, and the engraving depth is 0.01 millimeters less. So truthfully, this actually shouldn't touch at all. Oh, make sure you have the front plate on. Otherwise, it won't let you mill. There it goes. Again, too deep. So we're actually going to change that to be 0.5. Why it's going so deep?
Go to 10 mil. But that's not a full centimeter thick.
Yeah,
It's acting like it.
I can always refer to the... Oh, okay. Let's try that one more time. Okay, now it's not touching. So, looks like we're about a millimeter above. Let's drop the thickness down to 6. And try again. What you're looking for is something that's like barely doing the surface, but it's deep enough that it's going to leave the impression of what you're willing to know. just this. The deeper you go, or if you change the layer height so it goes more layers to go deeper, sometimes it'll take longer. Smaller bits will always make it take longer. If you ever need to change any settings to make a custom speed for a bit, or depending on material you need something that goes faster, you can always go up to the top left of the program and go to edits, or not edits, you can go to file, and then go to tool library, or you can click Control T, and then you can add a new tool bit that you can then change the speeds, the feeds, and any other settings that you would need to change on the bit itself to make it so you can have it do what you want it to do. A lot of that information is either from trial and error, or you can look it up online to find out what would work best with what materials. Every material runs differently. We also have tried on pieces of laminate that are very thin, that work very well. Pieces of wood. Every piece of material needs something different, so make sure to take that into consideration when you use the machine. And this project should, when it's finished, look like this. We use these to put on. Acrylic works really well for diffusing light when it's got this kind of a finish and it's fairly rough. So you put it over a light, it'll look very well. You can fill it with nail polish, any kind of paint, and just ideas for projects. So don't ever stop being creative, I guess, and have fun.